Hey, good morning, everyone. Or well, it's morning for me. Good night, I guess I should say, for most of you. Just wanted to get on and ramble a little bit because I think it's important. So this will be one of those deeper conversations, and so if you want to tune it out, now's your time to do that. Um, but if you're in for a little bit of a ride, then stay with me. So earlier this morning, I had a conversation with a dear friend of mine that challenged me. It was, challenged my fear. And then, of course, like all things, finished the conversation, reflected a little bit, and then opened up my journal and my Jesus Calling book, to sort of do some reflecting as I normally do. And of course, what's the reading about? It says, hey, you need a mantra, right? You need to form a habit of saying, they say, trust, I trust in you, Jesus. And so sometimes religiously, it's a little difficult for me. That's a little challenging for me to go down that pathway. Not that I can't, but it's just sometimes not the right space for me. So I modified it a little bit to just say, trust, it will work out, right? Trust that you're in the right place. Trust that you're in the right space. That's a good mantra for me. It's one that I can get into, right? Trusting that I'm in the right place, trusting that I'm in the right space, trusting that I'm doing the right thing. And that, what it goes on to say in the reading is that trust, what it does is it helps you, it helps you develop that fear, in terms of not develop the fear, it helps you relax or release some of that fear, right? What it says is this: fear loses its grip on you, which I love. Fear loses that grip on you and turns the challenging or adverse circumstances or challenging situations into growth opportunities. And that's exactly what I needed to hear, right? Not just from the conversation this morning, but just in all that's been going on, particularly in the past 12 months for me, really longer than that, but certainly in the past 12 months, also in the immediacy in terms of what's happening with school and being here in Italy. But it's just what I needed to hear in terms of this roller coaster of life, right? And fear paralyzes, right? That's what it does. We are wired for safety. That's what we do. That's what our brain does to us, keeps us safe physically, mentally. And that wiring is a safety net, right? And so for me, this is the piece I wrote, right? Letting the fear go. Now, here's what I put. You can't let fear go, right? You can't let it go. It's like stress. You have to have stress in your life. I can't let the fear go, but I can tone it down. I can learn, as it says, to create a new habit. I'm in the right space. I'm in the right place. I can allow that to be a mantra, so that the fear has to be, you just can't let it go or ignore it. It has to be worked through. You have to go through it. I have to go through it in order for it to be released and for me to be able to move forward into a growth opportunity. And I think that's really, for me, that's the piece that really struck me, is that it's not ignoring the fear. It's not saying, hey, don't be triggered by it. You have to be. You are. That's the way my body works. That's the way my brain works. It triggers the fear center and locks me up. So it's bringing that fear in and working through it, pushing through to that other side. Those are the pieces I wrote, right? So that it doesn't control my action, but I can move through it to allow that growth and change for me, within me, to happen, right? I don't have to beat it back. I don't have to ignore it. I want to process it. I want to learn from it. I want to process it, release it so that I can move forward into my growth. And I think that's pretty cool. So again, 22, new year, trying some new things, gonna try a new mantra, try a new practice. Really, it's more awareness that yes, I have fear. Yes, I'm afraid of stuff. And that's okay. It's okay because as long as I acknowledge and keep pushing and moving slowly through it, I'm able to release it and I'm able to move forward into that growth piece, right? Right place, right space. I have to trust that that's what it is. And the fear is safety, but also the fear can be released and I can move forward into a new place, new space, new person. So really juiced, really looking forward to that. Got a good day planned. Anyway, ciao a tutti, buona serata, buongiorno, at least in my world, arrivederci.